Now we will discuss the second part of Unit 1, that is uh, energy and its uses. We will start with the electromagnetic energy. Electromagnetic energy is a form of energy that is reflected or emitted from objects in the form of electric and magnetic waves that can travel through space. For example, radio waves, microwaves, infrared radiation, visible lights, all colors of the spectrum that we can see, ultraviolet light, X-ray and gamma radiation. As you can see in the figure, suppose light moves in a straight line. So the electrical field and the magnetic field are perpendicular to the propagation. Electric field and magnetic field vibrate perpendicular to each other, and they also perpendicular to the direction of propagation. In this figure you can see the energy of electrons in volts, ultraviolet, infrared and the wavelengths, and the Vibgor color is the spectrum. In this figure you can see that when the wavelength increases, the frequency and the energy will decrease, and when wavelength decreases, frequency and energy will increase. all electromagnetic uh, all electromagnetic radiation travel with the same speed, that is the speed of light. Now the electromagnetic storage, energy storage. Electromagnetic energy can be stored in the form of an electric field or a magnetic field, the latter typically generated by a current carrying coil, that is a magnetic field. Practical electrical energy storage technologies include electrical double layer capacitor, that we can say that EDLCs in a short form, or ultra capacitor, and superconducting magnetic energy storage, we can say SMES. Now what is electric double layer capacitor, that is EDLC. EDLCs are charge storage devices which are similar to the lithium ion batteries we used in our homes in design and assembly. In general, EDLCs are composed of two electrodes, an electrolyte and a separator. The separator electrically insulates the positive electrode and negative electrode in an organic electrolyte system. As shown in this figure, the electrical double layer capacitance derives from the separation of electric charges, which is generated by dielectric alignment of ions and electrons at the interface between the electrode material and electrolyte. Here you can see the blue color separator and two current collector, active porous electrode material, in which you can see dot, some red color dot and blue color dot. Red color dots are positive ions, and a blue color dot is negative ion. In particular, the excess electric charges aggregate on the positive or negative electrode surface, while electrolyte ions with compensating charges accumulate in the electrolyte solution to maintain electrical neutrality. When the system is given an external load or in charge, the cations means positive charge in the electrolyte migrate towards the negative electrode, and the anions means negative charges migrate to the positive electrode, while the electrons travel through the external circuit from the negative to the positive electrode. In this way, the double layer is formed at the interfaces with the electrodes. When an external load is removed or charging finishes, positive electric charges on the electrode and anions in the electrolyte attract each other, while negative electric charge on the electrode and cations in the electrolyte attracts each other in order to stabilize the double layers on the electrodes. Thus, a relatively stable voltage is generated. During the process of discharge, the reverse process happens. As you know, I have already mentioned that cations is an ionic specifies With the positive charge, it has more protons than electrons, and anions is negative charge, it has more electrons than proton. The, the next is superconducting magnetic energy storage system. Superconducting magnetic energy storage system SMES was originally proposed for large scale load leveling, but because of its rapid discharge capabilities, it has been implemented on electric power systems for pulsed power and system stability application. As you can see in this figure, there are two energy absorbers, AMI Model 420 programmer, LH2 and LN2 levels instruments are there, cryogenic temperature controller, AMI 12,200 PS 200 ampere power supply. There is one AMI integrated magnet control console software lab view based, and the superconducting magnetic support stand and lever. Superconducting magnetic energy storage is a novel technology that stores electricity from the grid within the magnetic field or a coil comprised of a superconducting wire with a near zero loss of energy. The main parts installed in SMES are motionless, making the device highly reliable. SMES is a grid enabling device that stores and discharges large quantities of power almost instantaneously. The system is capable of releasing high level of power within a fraction of cycle to replace a sudden loss or dip in line power. Strategic injection of brief bursts of power can play a crucial role in maintaining grid reliability, especially with today's increasingly congested power lines and the high penetration of renewable energy sources such as wind and solar. A typical SMES consists of two parts. Number one is cryogenically cooled superconducting coil, and next one is power conditioning system, which are motionless and result in higher reliability than many other power storage devices. Ideally, once the superconducting coil is charged, the current will not decay and the magnetic energy can be stored indefinitely. Benefits of SMES are: number one, it improves power quality for critical loads and provides carryover energy during momentary voltage shakes and power out outages. Number two, it improves load leveling between renewable energy sources like wind or solar and the transmission and distribution network. Third one is environmentally beneficial as compared to batteries. Superconductivity does not rely on a chemical reaction and no toxins are produced in the process. Fourth one is it enhances transmission line capability and performance. SMES features a high dynamic range and almost infinite cycling capability and an energy recovery rate close to 100%. The last benefit is ultra high field operations enables long-term storage SMES system in a compact device with cost advantage in material and system cost. A few key players in superconducting magnetic energy storage system market segment includes: number one, American Magnetics. Second one is Superpower Incorporation. Another one is Southwire Company, Nexan SA, GE Corporation, Barker Energy and Supercon Technologies, Bab- Babcock Noel GmbH, Columbus Superconductor SPA, ASG Superconductor SPA, and ABB. Now the next topic is quantum mechanics. physics, quantum theory, the wave mechanical model, or matrix machine, including quantum field theory in a fundamental theory in physics which describes nature at the smallest, including atomic and subatomic scales. Quantum mechanics differ from classical physics classical physics in that energy momentum, angular momentum, and other quantities of a bound system are restricted to discrete values, that is quantization. Objects have characteristics of both particles and wave particle duality, and there are limits to how accurately the value of a physical quantity can be predicted prior to its measurement given a complete set of initial conditions. The word quantum derived from the Latin meaning how great or how much. In quantum mechanics, it refers to a discrete unit assigned to a certain physical quantities, such as the energy of an atom at rest. Quantum mechanics was initially developed to provide a better explanation and description of the atom, especially the differences in the spectra of light emitted by different isotopes of the same chemical element as well as subatomic particles. In short, the quantum mechanical atomic model has succeeded spectacularly in the realm where classical mechanics and electromagnetism falter. Quantum mechanics, I can explain in easy language. Quantum mechanics जितने भी एटॉमिक या सब एटॉमिक पार्टिकल हैं उसके मोशन को समझने के लिए जिस मैकेनिक्स का हम यूज करते हैं उसे क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स कहते हैं. नाउ द Planck theory. Max Planck solution in 1990 to the black body radiation problem, reported 1859. Albert Einstein offered a quantum-based theory to explain the photoelectric effect in 1905. Around 1900 to 1910, the atomic theory, but not the corpuscular theory of light, first came to the widely accepted as scientific fact. These latter theories can be viewed as quantum theories of matter and electromagnetic radiation respectively. In 1913, Peter Debye extended Niels Bohr's theory of atomic structure, introducing elliptical orbits, a concept also introduced by Arnold Sommerfeld. This phase is known as cold quantum theory. According to Planck, each energy element is proportional to its frequency nu. प्लैंक थ्योरी क्या है? प्लैंक थ्योरी के हिसाब से ब्लैक बॉडी से निकलने वाली किरणें या रेडिएशन, विकिरण कह सकते हैं, या रेडिएशन में एनर्जी का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन या हिंदी में कहते हैं वितरण अलग अलग टेम्परेचर पर समझने के लिए प्लैंक ने एक नई परिकल्पना या उसको इंग्लिश में कहते हैं हाइपोथेसिस दी. क्या हाइपोथेसिस दी? एनर्जी इज इमिटेड not in a continuous manner but it is discrete. I am repeating, energy is emitted not in a continuous manner but it is discrete. Means E is equal to nh nu, where n is equal to n is a number like 1, 2, 3, 4. It cannot be 1.5 or 2.5. It should be a whole number. H is Planck constant, where the value of Planck constant is 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second. A nu is the frequency of radiation. Quantization of energy. The quantization of energy refers to the fact that subatomic level energy is best thought of as occurring in discrete packets called photons. Like paper money, photons come in different denominations. Quantization of energy means to fix the value of energy that any object can take. It means to distribute energy into smaller packets where each packet is called quantum. By Planck's quantum theory, S is equal to nh nu, that is E can take only the values which are integral. जैसा कि मैंने अभी बताया, integral part of h nu. This means that energy is quantized. And what is the Bohr's theory? Bohr's theory says electron revolves around the nucleus in orbits and motion is restricted in such a manner so that angular momentum is quantized. In according to Bohr's, m and v is equal to n into h by 2 pi, where n is also equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. For example, purchase uh, in quantum physics, photons are packages of energy and correspond to different colors in the spectrum or different types of electromagnetic radiation, radio waves, microwaves, etc. The red photon has a specific energy value different from a blue photon. The red and blue photons are therefore quantized, just as dollar bill. Denomination are quantized. Each photon contains a unique amount of discrete energy. More technically, the uniqueness or quantization of energy is related to Planck constant, which specifies how quantized energy can get. The formula is E is equal to hf, where E is energy, F is frequency, and H is a very tiny constant called the Planck constant, जो मैंने बताया था 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34. This constant regulates and quantizes the energy of the universe. So there are two main theories related with quantum physics. One is Planck theory. According to Planck theory, ब्लैक बॉडी से निकलने वाली रेडिएशन में एनर्जी का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन या वितरण अलग अलग टेम्परेचर पर समझने के लिए प्लैंक ने एक परिकल्पना या हाइपोथेसिस दी, जो कि एनर्जी इज इमिटेड नॉट इन ए कंटिन्यूअस मैनर बट इट इज डिस्क्रीट. Means H is equal to NHV, where N is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. It cannot be a decimal number. We cannot say that N can be 1.5 or 2.5, where E is equal to NH nu and H is equal to Planck constant, that is 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34, and nu is the frequency of radiation. And the another theory is Bohr's theory. According to Bohr's theory, electron revolves around the nucleus in orbits and motion is restricted in such a manner so that angular momentum is quantized. The next part is energy in chemical system and processes. Energy in chemical system and processes. Energy in chemical processing occurring in various forms: heat, chemical energy, electrical energy, internal energy, potential energy, kinetic energy, etc. Each type of energy is usually connected to a specific activity but also can be converted to other type. Heat. Heat is a familiar manifestation of energy. When we touch a hot object, when we touch the hot object into our fingers and we perceive that incoming energy is object being hot. कोई भी गर्म चीज जब हाथ में लेते हैं तो मुझे हमें गर्म महसूस होती है क्योंकि उसका टेम्परेचर हमारे बॉडी टेम्परेचर से ज्यादा होता है. Conversely, when we hold an ice cube in our palm, energy flow from our hand into the ice cube and we perceive that loss of energy as cold. In both cases, the temperature of the object is different from the temperature of our hand. So we can conclude that differences in temperature are the ultimate cause of transfer. Phase changes. A phase change is a physical process in which a substance goes from one phase to another phase. Like liquid can be changes into solid, liquid can be changes into another phase gas, gas can be changed into liquid, gas can be changed into solid. These all are example of phase changes. Usually the change occur when adding or removing heat at a particular temperature known as a melting point or the boiling point of the substance. The melting point is the temperature at which the substance goes from a solid to liquid. When we change liquid to solid, it is known as freezing. When we change liquid to a gas, it is known as evaporation. When gas to the liquid, it is known as condensation. When we can directly even change gas to the solid, इसका एक एग्जांपल बताता हूँ. हवा में जो वाटर वेपर होते हैं वो डायरेक्ट आइस बन जाते हैं, डायरेक्ट. तो गैस से लिक्विड से सॉलिड बनने की जरूरत नहीं है, डायरेक्टली गैस से सॉलिड में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं. दिस प्रोसेस इज नोन है होरफ्रॉस्ट. होरफ्रॉस्टिंग होती है जो कि वाटर वेपर डायरेक्ट आइस में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं. दिस प्रोसेस इज नोन एज होरफ्रॉस्टिंग. सॉलिड CO2 इज कॉल्ड द ड्राई आइस. तो सॉलिड टू गैस में भी कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. सॉलिड से बिना लिक्विड में गैस में डायरेक्टली जा सकते हैं. उसका एग्जांपल है कपूर. कपूर जो हम घर में जलाते हैं पूजा के टाइम. दिस प्रोसेस इज नोन एज sublimation. From changing phase from solid to gas is known as sublimation. The boiling point is the temperature at which a substance goes from a liquid to gas or from gas to liquid. The nature of the phase change depends on the direction of the heat transfer. Heat going into a substance changes it from a solid to a liquid or a liquid to a gas. Removing heat from a substance changes a gas to a liquid or a liquid to a gas. So these are the example of how we can change the phases: liquid to solid, liquid to gas, gas to liquid, gas to solid, and solid to gas. Now, bond energies and chemical reaction. Bond energy is defined as the amount of energy required to break apart a mole or molecule into its component atoms. It is measure of the strength of a chemical bond. Bond energy is also known as bond enthalpy, H, or simply as bond strength. If we put energy into a molecule, we can cause its bonds to break, separating a molecule into individual atoms. Bonds between certain specific elements usually have characteristics energy called the bond energy that is needed to break the bond. The same amount of energy was liberated when the atoms made the chemical bond in the first place. The term bond energy is usually used to describe the strength of interaction between atoms that make covalent bonds. For atoms in ionic compounds attracted by opposite charges, the term lattice energy is used. Here in figure you can see the bond between C and H is equal to 100. Oxygen and carbon 86. Carbon equal to 190. C and 70. CC 85. Like this. Now, exothermic reaction. The energy of the product is lower than the energy of the reactant. When the energy of the product is the lower than the energy of the reactants, this type of reaction is known as exothermic reaction. Thus, in the course of reaction, the substance lose energy to the surroundings environment. Such reactions are exothermic and can be represented by an energy level diagram. In diagram, you can see the reactant is more and the product is less, and there is a discharge of energy. एक्सोथर्मिक रिएक्शन में एनर्जी लिबरेट होगी या यू कैन से ऊर्जा मुक्त होगी. In below you can see that 2H2 plus O2 is equal to 2H2O plus 135 kilocalorie. 135 kilocalorie energy discharge हो रही है because energy is a product. Energy is given off by the reaction, therefore this reaction is exothermic reaction. Now what is endothermic reaction? In chemical reaction where the product have a higher energy than the reactants. In figure you can see that product has the higher energy level than the reactants. Have a higher energy than the reactants must absorb energy from their environment to react. These reactions are endothermic and can be represented via energy level as shown in the diagram. In endothermic reaction, the process absorb energy. Energy absorb होगी इसमें. In chemical equation you can see N2 plus O2 plus 45 kilocalorie. It is absorbing 45 kilocalorie of energy is equal to 2NO. Because energy is a reactant, energy is absorbed by the reaction. Therefore, this reaction is endothermic. The energy of biochemical reactions, the chemistry of the human body or any living organism is very complex. Even so, the chemical reactions found in the human body follow the same principle of energy that other chemical reactions follow. An important reaction that provides energy for our body is oxidation of glucose, that is C6H12O6. In the below equation you can see C6H12O6 plus 6O2 is equal to 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus 670 kilocalorie. Considering that 1 mole of C6H12O6 has a volume of about 115 ml, we can see that glucose is a compact source of energy. Now the next topic is entropy and temperature. Entropy is nothing but a disturbance, randomness of a system. Entropy is measure of disorder or randomness of a system. An ordered system has low entropy. A disordered system has high entropy. From thermodynamics, the change in entropy can be expressed as ds is equal to dq by T, where dq is change in heat energy and ds is change in entropy at a given absolute temperature, that is T. Entropy is actually the disorderedness of molecules, means the motion of molecules. According to the kinetic molecular theory, as the temperature increases, so the motion of molecules increases and hence the entropy increases too. Entropy increases with temperature. However, at higher temperature, a certain amount of heat added to the system causes a smaller change in entropy than the same amount of heat at a lower temperature. The formula is delta S is equal to Qt. The change in entropy is related to heat. Several factors affect the amount of entropy in a system. If you increase temperature, you increase entropy. Number one, more energy put into a system excites the molecules and the amount of random activity. Number two, as a gas expands in a system, entropy increases. Now today's law topic is Carnot heat engine. The Carnot cycle is a theoretical ideal thermodynamic cycle proposed by French physicist Carnot in 1824 and expanded upon by others in the 1830s and 1840s. It provides an upper limit on the efficiency that any classical thermodynamic engine can achieve during the conversion of heat into work, or conversely, the efficiency of a refrigeration system in creating a temperature difference by the application of work to the system. It is not an actual thermodynamic cycle, but it is a theoretical construct. Every single thermodynamic system exists in a particular state. When a system is taken through a series of different states and finally returned to its initial state, a thermodynamic cycle is said to have occurred. In the process of going through this cycle, the system may perform work on its surroundings, for example, by moving a piston, thereby acting as a heat engine. A system undergoing a Carnot cycle is called a Carnot heat engine. A system undergoing a Carnot cycle is called a Carnot heat engine. Although such a perfect engine is only a theoretical construct and cannot be built in practice. Essentially, there are two heat reservoirs forming parts of the heat engine at temperature, that is TH and TC, hot and cold respectively. They have such large thermal capacity that their temperature are particularly unaffected by a single cycle. Since the cycle is theoretically reversible, there is no generation of entropy during the cycle. Entropy is conserved during the cycle. An arbitrary amount of entropy, that is delta S, is extracted from the hot reservoir and deposited in the cold reservoir. We can see this process in a diagrammatic way. Since there is no volume change in either reservoir, they do not work, and during the cycle an amount of energy Th delta S is extracted from the hot reservoir and a smaller amount of energy Tc delta S is deposited in the cold reservoir. The difference in the two energies Th minus Tc, or you can say T2 minus T1 into delta S, is equal to the work done by the engine. Carnot हीट इंजन में क्या होता है, दो तरीके की प्रोसेस होंगी, आइसोथर्मल एंड एडियाबेटिक. Now we will discuss these kind of these two processes. Isothermal means समतापी प्रक्रम. इसमें क्या रहेगा, टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट रहेगा और बहुत स्लो प्रोसेस होगी. एडियाबेटिक में क्या होगा, दिस इज नोन एज हिंदी में उद्रोष्ट प्रक्रम. इसमें देयर विल बी नो एक्सचेंज ऑफ हीट फ्रॉम सराउंडिंग और ये फास्ट प्रोसेस रहेगा. इसमें टेम्परेचर चेंज हो सकता है. स्टेज ऑफ करनॉट साइकिल नंबर वन. स्टेज वन में क्या होगा, जैसा कि डायग्राम में देख रहे हैं, आइसोथर्मल प्रोसेस. पिस्टन लगा है जो अपवर्ड मूव कर रहा है. एक साइड कोल्ड रिजर्वायर है, एक साइड हॉट रिजर्वायर है. हॉट रिजर्वायर से हीट आ रही है, ठीक है. At this stage, heat is released from hot reservoir and is absorbed by the ideal gas particles within the system. Thus, the temperature of the system rises because it is isothermal expansion. The high temperature causes the gas particle to expand, pushing the piston upward and doing work on the surrounding. In the next slide, that is stage 2. At this stage, expansion continues. However, there is no heat exchange between system and surrounding. Thus, the system is undergoing adiabatic expansion. In adiabatic expansion, मैंने बताया था, there will be no exchange of heat from surrounding, and this process will be a very fast process. So in this stage there is no heat exchange between system and surrounding. Thus the system is undergoing adiabatic expansion. The expansion allows the ideal gas particles to cool, decreasing the temperature of the system. अब टेम्परेचर क्या होगा, डिक्रीज हो जाएगा. The third stage is, at this stage the surrounding do work on the system which causes, just a minute, which causes heat to be released. The temperature with the system remains the same. Thus, isothermal compression occurs. In the last stage, the fourth one, no heat exchange occurs at this stage. However, the surrounding continue to do work on the system. Adiabatic compression occurs, which raises the temperature of the system as well as the location of the piston back to its original state, that is known as prior to the stage. Now we can see that there is a hot body reservoir, वहाँ से टेम्परेचर विद T1 एंड हीट डिस्चार्ज हो रही है वहाँ से Q1 आए यहाँ पे वर्क किया पिस्टन ने, then Q2 is go to the cold body or saying where temperature will be the low temperature, that is T2. The formula work is equal to Q1 minus Q2. So we can say Q1 upon T1 is equal to Q2 upon T2. तो efficiency new इसकी आ जाएगी W upon Q1, that is Q1 minus Q2 upon Q1. So efficiency is equal to 1 minus Q2 upon Q1, that is equal to 1 minus T2 upon T1. So efficiency will be always less than 1. Now we can see this graph. The AB is the first phase of the process, that is that is isothermic compression. The first process will be the isothermic compression, stage 1 isothermal, where T1 is equal to temperature will be the constant, Q1 is the heat given to the system. In stage 2, that is BC, adiabatic temperature drops to T2, no exchange of heat. In stage 3, that is CD. In CD, you can see this is a isothermic compression, temperature constant to T2 and Q2 heat is given to the system. Now the fourth one process is DA. This is also known as adiabatic compression. Temperature rises from T2 to T1. Now remaining part of the unit 1 we will discuss in the next lecture.